Hi guys, so NEPA sees the light. Okay, and network was bad, so I'll continue from where I stopped in case if you did not watch the first slide. So I'm going to explain again before we move ahead. So we say we are cutting a palazzo trouser, and the size we are working with is size large. And for your size large, this is a ready to wear trouser that I'm cutting, and for size large the waist measurement is from 31 to 32.7 inches, and for the hips is 41 to 42 inches. So for this trouser I'm making it of 42 inches for the hips, and the length you're working with is 44.5 inches. This includes the seam allowance and the hemming allowance. So for here, this line you're seeing here is the waistline, okay, and from here, from this waistline to this point, what we have here is 11 inches. 11 inches is gotten by your hip measurement divide by 4. That's 10.5 inches. So I went ahead to just mark 11 inches. And for here I will mark here I'm going to take your hip measurement divide by 4. That's 11.5. Because it's a free trouser, you can go ahead and add extra 2 inches or extra 5 inches depending on how wide you want the trouser to be. So the total I have here is 13 inches. Okay, 13 inches is supposed to be 13 inches, but here I have 13.5. I want to work with 13 inches. Okay, so I'm just going to mark the line here, and here as well I'm going to mark the 13 inches as well. So I have 13 inches here as well. So I'm just going to adjust the line here. This is a beginner's class. If you pay attention, you should be able to make your own trouser after this class. Okay, so I'm just going to extend the line here, and for clarity's sake I said I'm cutting both the back and the front together. For the back, pattern is down and the front is here. Okay, so when I'm cutting it, I'll cut out the back first, then trim out the front. Then here is the crotch depth. Okay, now here I'm going to mark the crotch extension, and for the front, the crotch extension I'm going to divide my hip circumference divide by 4 again. What I got is 10.5 divide by 4 now will give me about 2.7 or 2.75. So here I'm just going to mark 3 inches for hip extension for the front. We are marking for the front first. 3 inches, and when I have that, I'm just going to make a curve like this. Just curve it in here. I think this pin will be disturbing, so I'm going to remove this pin here and put it here. So when I'm going to curve this extension for the front, I'm just going to make a curve. You can use your free hand to do that if you can, but this is a beginner's class, so we have to take everything one after the other. Okay, so this is the curve here for the crotch extension. So this is for the back now, but let's finish with the front side. So after now, you come here on this waist. Hope you are seeing what I'm doing. On this waist line here, you are going to come down by ½ inch. Okay, so from here I will come down by ½ inch and mark it here. When I mark ½ inch here, I'm going to extend it here to join the waistline here. Just put your ruler like this and draw a line like this. You can see what I did here, and I think that's all for the front pattern. Okay, now we're going to do for the back, but before then you have to determine the wideness of your trouser. Remember, we are working with 44.5 inches, so I will use 44 inches because I'll be adding waistband of 1 inch now. So from here I'm going to mark 44 inches for the length of the trouser, and that is what we have here that I just cut out. I have 44 inches here, and I'm just going to go ahead and draw a straight line. Please, if you're on this live, just like the video and drop a comment so I'll know that I'm working with humans. Okay. After now, to determine the wideness of your trouser, it's up to you to know whether you want to just cut it straight like this or you want to reduce the wideness. It depends on what you want. For me, I want to reduce the wideness of this trouser. Okay, so from here now, I'm going to know what I have here. The total this inches I have here is 16 inches, so I'm going to be reducing it by 2 inches. So I'll mark 14 inches on the hem side. Okay, even if you're not seeing me, just follow my voice. So on the hem side, I'm going to mark 14 inches, and I'll mark 14 inches here as well. Inches here as well. And then I'll join this 14 inches to here, to this point. So from here, I'm going to just take it straight, just a straight line. I'll use a longer ruler for this. So you can just go ahead, and if you have your trouser ruler, just go ahead and just curve it. Just curve it a little to join this line. And that's all for the front part. Okay, now we're going to cut for the back. How do I do the back? I'll continue this cutting here. I'll continue the measurements here. Okay, so when I'm done, I'll just go ahead and cut the back side first before cutting the front. So now for the back, I'll start with the hip, with the waistline here. On this ½ inch, I'm going to extend it with 1 inch. And the 1 inch is here. After extending it with 1 inch, I'll go ahead and join it to the hip line, to the waistline, sorry. Or instead of confusing us, we can go ahead and cut out this front side first, then we'll remove it and use it to cut out the back side so that we don't make a mistake. Since it's a beginner's class, so I'll cut out this front side first before going ahead to cut the back side. If you're on the live, just help me like the video and drop a comment. If you have any questions, please drop it. I'll answer that. If you have any questions at all, just help me drop it. I'll answer that. I hope you can see what I'm doing. So you have to be very careful when you're cutting this crotch area, okay? So you don't take it too deep. You can see how I curved my hand. And that's it, guys. So now we're going to go ahead and cut the back side, and it's very easy. It's very easy. So for the back, on this waistline, I'm going to come up by 1 inch. I will extend this back by, because the back is bigger than the front. If you're on the bigger side, you can use 1.5 inches. So I'll come up by 1 inch. I will extend it by 1 inch, and I'll go ahead and join it to this waistline. And go ahead and extend this line here, this clutch line. Go ahead and extend it. So for the back, I'll be extending that clutch line extension. Clutch extension, I'll be extending it with 2 inches by 2 inches. So I have exactly 2 inches here. Okay, I have exactly 2 inches here. So from here, I'm going to mark 1.5 inches. I'm going to mark 1.5 inches from this place to this point. So I have 1.5 inches here, 1.5 inches here, 1.5 inches here, 1.5 inches here. So I'm just going to go ahead and connect it. You can use your free hand to do that, or you can go ahead and use your ruler to do that. And I'm going to join it to the brush extension like this. From this point as well, I'll measure 2 inches till I get to the hem point. So I'm going to measure 2 inches from here all the way down to the hem area. Measure. So if you are on this live, just help me like the video and drop your comments, drop your questions, and I'll answer that. So I'm going to mark 2 inches. Dada. Yes, baby, I'm coming. So after marking 2 inches, I'm going to go ahead and just join it. Join it to the brush extension. I'm just going to cut this very well. So that's all for the back area. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut it out now. Yes, if you don't understand anything, please let me drop your question and I will answer that. So guys, that is it for the cutting. Okay, and we're done for the cutting. So now you can see that it's very simple. The cutting is very simple, very simple. So the next thing you have to do is go ahead and open it up here. Just open up the sides. Ready? So instead of making a mistake, you can just go ahead and trim it a little. You cannot open it. I'll start from here. If you are working with a very silk material like this, you have to be extremely careful. If not, it will alter your measurement. So I'm done opening up for the front. I'll go ahead and open the back. So I have to adjust this pin because it's broken before. So you can see I'm done opening this side. So now the next thing you have to do, if you want to put pocket on this trouser, if you want to put pocket here, you have to come down by 1 inch here and notch it, so you know where you're placing your pocket, either 1 inch or 1.5 inches. I'll be coming down by 1.5 inches here, and this is my 1.5 inches. So I'll go ahead and notch it now. I'll hold the front side first, so that when you're placing your pocket, it won't be so hard to know where you place it. So I'll notch it here, 1.5 inches. And I'm going to notch the back area as well with 1.5 inches as well, the same point. So that's it. Now, before you go ahead and cut it, I will separate it. I'll remove the pins. So I'm done. For the cutting. So now, if you want to start sewing, the next thing you want to do is to cut your pocket. I've gone ahead to cut these pieces for pocket. It's very simple. Just place your hand here. It depends on how wide you want it to be, and then